Hi everyone, my name's Debbie Pfeiffer and welcome to our farm, White House Fruit Farm. It's fall on our farm, our favorite time of year. Crisp leaves, cool temperatures, kids are back to school, and on our farm, of course, that means fresh apples and fresh apple cider. You know, we grow about 40 varieties here on our farm. We start harvesting apples in early July with our summer apples, and our apple harvest is then complete at the end of October when we harvest our very last variety, which is Gold Rush. But there are so many wonderful varieties that are in between that July and that end of October crop. We are just now coming into prime apple season on the farm, and of course our premier variety here in September is the Honeycrisp. Honeycrisp is its own unique variety. Did you folks know it was developed at the University of Minnesota? And the reason that Honeycrisp is so different than any other apple is it has very large cells. Well, what does that mean? It means that the texture of Honeycrisp is sort of like a watermelon, that when you bite into a Honeycrisp, it's crunchy. It's not really hard, but it's crunchy, and it's very sweet. And that's why folks just love the Honeycrisp. But you know, there's many other wonderful varieties of apples which we grow. Every week in September and October, we have new varieties that are being picked out of our orchard and onto our shelf. Like our Blondie apple, which we're starting to sell right at Labor Day. Blondie will be in season about a week to 10 days. It's a sweet apple. It's a new variety, and we really like it. And so when you come out to the farm, search out the newer varieties, search out the different varieties, try something different each time. Did you know that fall apples, those harvested in September, are sometimes sweet and sometimes tart? They make wonderful pies and sauce, and they cook down into a pie. When we get to October, winter apples take the focus. Winter apples are much harder and much denser. And those are the varieties that we're able to store through the winter months and the summer months. That is why we have apples on our farm all year long. So when you're purchasing apples, make sure that you know whether we have a summer apple like a Gala, or whether we have winter varieties like Red or Golden Delicious, Ida Red, Melrose, Fuji, or Cameo. That'll influence what you're going to do with your apples. Fall varieties will not store for a long period of time. They will get softer, especially if you don't refrigerate them. Winter varieties will hold their shape in pies and stay in your refrigerator for months on end. Now, when you take apples home, folks, it's always best to store your apples in the refrigerator. Well, why is that? Because the colder an apple is, the harder the flesh stays. We all know that an apple looks just gorgeous on your table for the fall, but apples won't stay hard if you don't refrigerate them. So again, refrigerate your apples for best quality. Now let's talk drinks. What is fall without fresh apple cider? We make our own cider here on the farm out of all of our apple varieties. Cider changes every time that we make it, depending on the apple varieties that go into it. In the early season, apple cider is very light and very light in taste. That's because the apples are very fresh and not much of the apple goes into the cider. The later in the season we go, the thicker and sweeter apple cider will be. And so depending on the time of year, apple cider will change. We know that the best cider, the very best cider in our opinion, is very late October and into November. Remember that we make cider on our farm all year long, so you'll always have fresh cider available. Well, what else can we do with apples besides eat them and bake them into pies? Well, we can make apple crisp. We have great apple crisp mix here. We also make our own apple crisp in our bakery. Wonderful stuff with a scoop of ice cream on top. How about applesauce? We have applesauce available. If you don't want to make your own, we have applesauce that you can purchase made out of various varieties here on our farm. And of course, what is fall without apple butter? For those of you who don't know what apple butter is, it's a thick version of jam or jelly. Apples are cooked down in a kettle until it's very thick. Apple butter you can spread on toast or spread on bread, and again, it's just a sign of fall. It's absolutely wonderful. We make apple fritter bread here on our farm, along with our apple crisp and of course apple pies and apple dumpling. Apple bread is wonderful for breakfast in the morning, has a little drizzle on top, made with our fresh apples, so be sure to check it out when you stop in our market. So folks, it's time. It's fall. It's the best time of year here on our farm. Whether you're coming for our own homegrown apples, vegetables, apple cider, or of course donuts, stop out and see us. Check out our website, whitehousefruitfarm.com, for all of our fall weekend activities, starting September 12th and 13th and running every weekend through October 24th and 25th. Check out our new children's play area, our horse-drawn wagon rides, our pumpkin and gift barn, our petting zoo, our portraits by the lake, and of course all of our wonderful vendors selling food. Again, that's weekends. Check out the hours and times on our website, whitehousefruitfarm.com. Welcome to fall, everybody. It's the best time of year. I'm Debbie Pfeiffer, and we hope to see you out here at the farm.